Warner Bros. Got lucky in the 1990s. They struck gold and found an unlimited pipeline to so many of our wallets. But isn't it a bit weird that we just keep handing over new money for old rope? If, like me, you've been buying copies of Friends on home video all your life, once, twice, thrice, 4 times with digital, then I bet the prospect of yet another copy of the decade of Chandler, Monica, Joey, Phoebe, Ross and Rachel might not be too difficult a sell for you either. And as we enter the decade where they all turn 30, there's more than one way to celebrate on 4K Blu Ray. Some of you might wonder, but have never asked, how is this possible? Isn't Friends old? Well, yeah, but they were either smart enough or lucky enough to future-proof it by filming it on 35mm widescreen film. A number of sitcoms were filmed this way, probably a byproduct of being produced in Los Angeles backlot studios with lots of budding camera crew around looking for work. It was then ingested onto standard definition tape, where it was edited and set in 4:3, the popular squarish format of the time for TV broadcast on NBC in America, Channel 4, Sky 1, E4 and Channel 4 again in the UK, and your country's local channels too. It wasn't until years later for the first HD rescan that we finally saw what had been hiding in the wings, sometimes to results just as comical as the scripts themselves. And that got its first outing on TNT in Germany, followed by the official Blu Ray release in December 2012. No, there was no anniversary attachment that time. 8 years since it finished, 18 years since it started. Now, though, we have ultra-high definition 4K, tapped to be the final physical format in a world that seeks to destroy all individual lifelong ownership, and apparently the most analogous to the quality of that original film stock resolution. In a sense, 4K is the end of the road of a 3-decade home video format and TV resolution switching game. It's also one of hardly any TV shows to make it onto the format. But hopefully if it sells well, it could lead to your second favourite TV show eventually coming to 4K and so on. Warner Brothers have always been pretty great with home video though. So, what version to buy? Well, luckily, long gone are the days where you'd have locked discs like some seasons of my 2004 Region 1 DVD box set. Even back in 2012, my USA Blu-rays played globally. Their box was obviously nicer than ours. As is standard, the US version was announced first, 5 black 4K boxes and 1 mismatched traditional Blu-ray box for the special features discs. I would have preferred these on a single 4K disc, but okay, I guess that's what we do with special features for some reason. I don't know who decided to divorce special features from the actual 4K disc. It's very inconvenient. The UK edition is where we see a change.
Has it always been purple?
We've got the same packaging idea, but different artwork. See, this Friends clip art obsession has gone too far. It's fine for gift wrap, I'll even accept it on merch like t-shirts and pin badges, but not using the actual cast photos for mismatched cartoon animals is taking things too far. Do they have to pay the cast to use those photos or something? This just seems really cheap. But it's not as simple as outrightly rejecting it, because this edition is literally cheaper, and it's got a thicker outer box, whereas America has gone with a cheap, thin one. Yeah, gross, that'll crease. How do we go from literal wood and acrylic plastic to this? And those special features discs, the Blu-ray case matches in actually black plastic rather than transparent blue. Okay, I like that. America should have done that. And actually, it looks like France did, so there is a way to have your cheesecake and eat it off the floor too, as long as you don't mind French wording. Deal breaker for me, unfortunately. There's a lot more to like here. Some kind soul might scan their case artwork. You could print it out and, theoretically, have the best of both worlds. Done deal then? Well, not exactly. A last-minute curveball has come in the form of the UK-exclusive limited edition packaging version, £50 more than the standard release. It's also 2 months slower to release, appropriately landing just 3 weeks before Christmas. That takes me back to 2004. Here you get 30 Polaroids, 6 of which seem to be shown on the back of the clip art box artwork, an A3 poster of the cast, okay, random, and what looks to be a different storage box and slipcover, potentially with some sort of pop-up cast photo gimmick, the same one back from that 2004 DVD set I lovingly referred to back then as the cabinet, but which was officially and brilliantly sold as the one with all 10 seasons. In fact, it pops up all the time, from DVD booklets to both the US and UK Blu Ray sets. They love that picture for some reason. How the discs are stored in the limited UK exclusive version is yet to be revealed. It could just be the same plastic amaray cases in that drawer, but it could be something to do with those cardboard things that look a bit like early concept digipacks. And if, like me, you can't willingly abide by the standardization of packaging and don't mind spending a bit more on something more interesting and unique, then this could be the version to go for. Heck, I did. Thanks Warner Bros. UK for pulling a last-minute surprise. Meanwhile, there are a couple of reasons to avoid it. There's a so far undetermined verdict on whether this 4K version actually looks better than the HD Blu-rays. The teaser released on the F.R.I.E.N.D.S official YouTube channel made it look like autofix had been applied and blown out the brightness and warmth on every shot, compared to the more realistic tones of the HD Blu-ray. Twitter screen cappers are showing the same horrible digital filter fix applied without care, making many shots look like your kind of Instagram or Photoshop disaster, where you think it looks alright at first, but then later you see, yeah, you overdid it. There's rumours that AI has been used to make everyone look waxy and poreless in the later seasons. I just hope they've actually used it to good use to repair the shots with set, crew and stand-in errors. If you ever had the American DVD or what became the later version UK DVD set, you'll know there's more footage out there. Back when they were making the show, each episode overclocked more runtime than was actually needed. They referred to it as running long, so they had options for the edit to keep whatever worked best and was funniest. Sometimes the jokes that were cut were really funny or added more to the characters or plot. For whatever reason though, the footage exists, they haven't reassembled it. A half dozen later episodes got supersized TV broadcasts, being allowed to air out their full version, and oddly the Season 7 versions only get the extra padding listed as special features here, just as they were on the 2012 Blu-ray set. But for now, if you want to see everything, you're still stuck in 4:3 standard definition. Yeah, Joey Season 2 falls into that bag as well. Apple TV, randomly has Joey Season 1 in HD. And while we're on the subject of missing friends, why isn't the 2021 reunion on any version? That was 3 years ago. The Harry Potter reunion got an official Blu-ray release by Warner Bros. Why didn't Friends? I'll have to stick with whatever this is until that ever gets resolved. Season 3, 6 and 9 all have 3 discs, but the other 7 seasons are on 2 discs. That's gonna get annoying. Just make it consistent like it always used to be. There's also an error in the UK release only where Season 3 and 4 have discs mixed up. They've already pulled it from sale to fix. All being good, the December limited release will be error-free, as well as obviously the forthcoming second batch of the basic set. Oh well, fingers crossed by the 40th anniversary they figure out a way to give us everything. Until then, not bad. I do wonder though, what's next? Will we eventually get the extended versions of everything as another set? What are they going to sell us Friends fans next? And if someone could just do a proper remaster of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.